Yo, what it do? Blizz D, homie. I'm hanging out with the Misfits on the Who They Want podcast. If you ain't here, you ain't bout it. Blizz D, homie.
Yo, you already know what it is, what it be, what it ain't, but what it really is. This is Psychedelic Chilling with the Misfits on Who They Want podcast. This is a little man of a wee bit of...
What it is, this your boy Captain Capo Grim on standby for the run by with the Misfits on Who They Want podcast. You ain't bout it if you ain't here, so stay tuned. Grim.
Yo, this is FP3 chilling with the Misfits on Who They Want podcast, the one and only. Stay tuned.
What's up, y'all? This is Lady Tasha, better known as the Duchess, and you already know I'm rocking with the Misfits on a Who They Want Entertainment podcast show. And don't forget, go and download Everything Entertainment Expo app and get blocked in, or bow down, bitches.
Daddy, are you ready? Daddy, are you ready? Steady, are you ready?
Oh, man, I can't wait to be who they want.
Steady, are you ready? What's going on? Steady, are you ready? Are you ready? What's going on? What's going on? Cold, fresh air.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the internationally known award-winning podcast show that does everything that they don't. You're now tuned in to Who They Want podcast with the Misfits.
What's good, everybody?
Hello.
The Duchess get introduced.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Really?
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got... Tasha, stop. You mixing up my mojo.
Yeah, I think the Duchess usually get introduced. I'm just saying.
All right, people, welcome back to the internationally known podcast show that does everything that they don't. You're now tuned in to Who They Want podcast with Lady Tasha, the Duchess, Kyle E, the master editor. We got Lawana in the building, bringing you some reality to the reality show, a real show, whatever we're going to call it tonight. And you got the CEO, Mr. Producer, DJ Steady. Are you ready? Of course. And it's Top Off Thursday, and we bringing y'all inside voices tonight. And then we're going to get into, a little marriage boot camp theories. That's how we're going to do it. Okay, I'm done.
That's right. What's going on, everybody? So tonight, we just going to hop into our special segment, Inside Voices, because we got a special guest on the line with us tonight. His name is Wopo. He's calling in. All right, one of our brothers that's sitting on the inside right now. He's going to call in and let us know what's going on up in there. Let us know how he's doing. Give us a little of his history. Wopo, how you doing today, baby?
I'm all right. How you doing, Tasha? I'm all right.
I'm fine. So we got the whole crew here tonight. We got DJ Steady. Are you ready?
What's
we got
good?
We got Kyle, the master editor, and we got special guest host Lawana. She's here with us. We got you doing on the screen?
I hope it's a good picture.
Oh, it's a good picture. It's a handsome picture.
Thank you. You gotta make me look all right.
That's right. So we fine. So just tell everybody, where your name and where you at right now.
My name's Shalik Martin, but my nickname Wopo. I'm in Green Haven right now.
Green Haven
Correctional Facility. Yes, about 40 minutes from the city.
Okay. And how long you been in there?
In prison or in Green Haven?
Well, overall, yeah. When did you actually start your sentence, or what was your first sentence? So where was your first sentence started? If you've been transferred.
Well, I've been down since 2009, so I got 12 years in. I was on the island for about 5 years, and I've been in numerous prisons. I've been in this one for 2 years, which is actually good. It's kind of a record. I really don't be in prisons
They move you around a lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then that has to be frustrating because, you know, it's bad enough you're there, but then you get used to being at a particular facility. I'm quite sure, you know, making friends and then got to get moved and shift around again, right?
Yeah, and one thing about prison, man, you meet some of the realest people in prison, man. Like brothers through different mothers, and you get comfortable around them. Then you have to leave. You know, you lose property, you lose pictures, you lose memories, all that. So,
Right.
moving all the time, that's definitely a hassle.
Right.
And it's like, then you got to take that bus ride in the cuffs.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
We don't want to. We don't like that moving shit, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, now I'm close to the city, so it was a good move to come down here. So, you know, get to see family a little more, your loved ones. So
right, because you're closer to New York City.
Right. If I came from Clinton, dude, 6 hours away.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That
Gotcha.
takes a toll on your people trying to get up there, you know. So being
Yeah.
close is good, man. Now I get to see my nieces and nephews and all the little ones.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's cool being here.
Right. Right. So being with the last couple of years, well, the last 18 months with everything's going on with the COVID, and then you had all of the like Black Lives Matter with the police brutality. What was some of the biggest challenges, you know, going, you know, with all of this going on, being in there?
Really, it's really like worried about your family on the outside, what they going through, because with the Black Lives Matter movement, man, every other day you was hearing about police killing somebody. And me, I got little brothers, nephews, little cousins, and it's like, damn, like, can they be next? Like, are they gonna be next?
Right.
You know, but the movement, it was a couple of my family members and everything was part of the movement. You know, out there protesting and everything. So, that was good with the COVID shit. That's another thing that was kind of scary because, you know, we all got loved ones, we got elderlies and everything. So you be worried about that. And the head just, man, they took our visits, so that was a little stressful. You know, see our loved ones. And that ain't stopped nothing because people were still dying in here, catching COVID, and they don't do nothing about their officers or civilian staff coming in because they the ones bringing it in. So, you know, so it's kind of crazy. Like, it's backwards. They don't know what to do.
It is. And somebody on the block, Sage Hollow, on the block says, stay tough. That's, you know, stay strong, brother. You know, so we all out here, you know, with you, you know, and all that stuff. But go ahead. So with the COVID and stuff.
That's good, because we need our voices out there. You know?
Right. Yeah.
And here we kind of like voiceless, you know. So
right. Well, that's why I started this segment called Inside Voices, to give you brothers on the inside, even sisters, brothers and sisters that's on the inside sitting down, a platform where they can call up, you know, on a 15-minute or 30-minute call, you know, and I'll hook them through and stuff. So, and everything. Right.
And that's you can't forget about the sisters, because the sisters, they be doing it big over there.
Really?
The sisters got more unity than the brothers. Over there, man.
Right.
They over there, they stick together.
Right.
Over here, we don't stick together. For certain stuff. But yeah, COVID. You know, a couple people I know COVID. They said I caught it. I don't know because you know they had me. They isolate you when you test positive.
Right.
And I was in a room. I was in the room with 3 other people for like 3 days.
Right.
And they tested them and they was negative, but I was the only one positive. So I mean, I don't know how that works, but that's what happened.
Yeah, that COVID was a very funny, tricky thing, right? You know what I mean? Yeah.
A few people died, you know.
Oh.
And now they have shut the jail down. It's just opening it back up on Monday.
Right.
Because the COVID cases were spiking again.
Right. So let's take it back to what actually happened where, you know, because you started doing a bid in 2009. Is that when you was actually sentenced, or did you go through a part where, you know, they had to try to charge you first and everything, and then take you through a trial and stuff? And what was actually the case for, if you don't mind sharing that with us?
It was a murder case.
Okay.
You know, I still claim my innocence about it. But yeah, they my case was in the Bronx, and anybody know the Bronx? The Bronx court system is twisted. You sit up. So I sat up 5 years fighting my case. Like,
5 years. This is 5 years before you got sentenced.
Yes.
So you was in there actually not 2009 but 2004.
No, I was there since 2009. I didn't get sentenced until 2014.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so you started fighting the case in 2009, and you all that time you was fighting the case for that 5 years. You was actually sitting down and behind bars.
Right, on Rikers Island.
Okay, got it. Okay.
October 2014.
Right. So, and you said you in on a murder charge.
Yes.
Right. Somebody on the block said that Bronx DA pick who gets locked down. Facts don't matter. Yeah, that's true. And that matter of fact, that somebody on the that's listening to your story right now on the block just said that, and that goes across the board, anywhere and everything. But so right, so you said for a charge basically that you didn't do, right? So doing this process and everything, what was some of the, I guess, how can I put it, the unfactual things that they came up with, or just the some of the things that just didn't.
You mean the lies?
The lies. There we go. The lies. Actual lies. No, probably most likely no forensic evidence and stuff like that.
They just well, what I learned about it is, man, how the law is, you can twist it to whatever you want.
Of course.
And it's up to the jury to believe you.
Right.
And they could blatantly lie about things. And the judge would they know they lying, but it's like, well, if the people believe it, then it is what it is. They made up all type of lies. They always try to paint us out to be a monster, all type of things, and so going through that process was stressful, very stressful.
Right.
And it's still stressful because I remember even when I got sentenced, they pushed my sentencing date up without me even knowing.
Wow.
And I came up.
Hello? Wopo? Wopo? He's still there? So he has some technical difficulties, but he probably be back because I still see his call and everything. And so Wopo? Is he still there?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello?
Is he still there, or he got disconnected?
Yes, he did. I believe he got disconnected.
Okay. Well, he want to call back in. We up all night.
He's beeping back in the line. He's beeping back in the line now.
Go ahead and put him on. He's on. He's still on the air.
Okay.
That's just crazy. That happens a lot, and it's sad.
Okay. We look so much. Okay. First of all, no, it didn't.
Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We still here with you. We got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, the phone does that sometimes. All right, where were we?
You said that they pushed your data without you knowing.
Oh yeah, they pushed it. They pushed my This is one of the major laws that had me so furious. They pushed my sentencing date up after I blew trial. It was supposed to be December 5th, but they pushed it up to December 1st without me knowing. They on Rikers Island, they so-called elite squad, it's called ESU, Emergency Service Unit, and they just came in my cell like 4:30 in the morning, searched my cell, just told me to get dressed. I was going to court, and I went to court. I still didn't even know where I was going to court for. They didn't tell me nothing. I got sentenced. And from sentencing, they took me back to my housing area and made me pack up. I still don't know where I'm going. They brought me upstate. I don't think that's ever happened like in the history of Rikers Island when you get sentenced and come up the same day. So what I found out later was that the DA lied, saying that they had some type of information that a gang was supposed to break me out of prison.
Oh, wow.
So being that after you blow child, they got this motion called I think it's a 30-30 motion.
What Wopo? Give me what Wopo. Hold on one second before you go on. Just explain to everybody the terminology. I mean, I know what it means, but let the audience, because you got a lot of viewers all over, let them know what that terminology means. Blowing trial means.
Yeah, please.
Blowing trial is when you lose trial.
Okay.
You lose, and you get convicted.
Okay, gotcha.
So after I blew trial, I was planning on putting in a 30-30 motion to challenge the sentence, to challenge the conviction. But before I could do that, they pushed my date up. So they just automatically census me. So once they census me, I can no longer put in a 30-30 motion.
Okay. And what is a 30-30 motion, honey?
It's when you blow trial,
Mm-hmm.
it's the process between blowing trial and getting sentenced. So you do the 330 motion to challenge the conviction before you get sentenced.
Okay.
So you can fight it, and maybe you could probably get a new trial or something.
Got you.
So being that they stopped that, now I have to go through the whole appeal process. I got sentenced, and I got to go through the whole appeal process, which I'm going through now.
Right. Yeah. So
that was one of the biggest lies, because I never understood where they even got that from, and now I'm still dealing with that, because now they got me CMCA.
Right.
I can't go to certain prisons. I can't be in certain cells.
Right.
I can't go to certain yards. I can't go to certain places. You know? So.
Right. So let's talk about the and if you don't mind getting into this, the nature of the murder case that they have you on, and what they actually, how they actually was able to come up with a guilty verdict.
Well, like I said, well, the DA, first and foremost, I had a bullshit lawyer.
Okay, that happens because they all work together. Lawyers, judges, DA, they all work together. But go ahead.
Exactly. I had a bullshit lawyer. My case should have been beat, which I still have faith and hope that it will be beat. So I don't think I'm being here much longer. I will not be here much longer. But they just told a bunch of lies and just manipulated the evidence into what they wanted the people to see.
Right.
They had a video where you couldn't even see who the person is.
Right.
They had a female witness who they got to lie for them and come on the stand and just say a bunch of bullshit.
And basically 9 out of 10, this female witness they got to do that, or any witness they got to come on and say I'm trying to lie, was probably witnesses that had cases of their own and was making a deal with them. Correct?
But that really wasn't the case in my situation. It was only one witness, and what happened was this witness actually owed money for rent.
What?
To a female.
Wow.
And when females, no offense, no offense, but females aren't too into the streets as men be sometimes, and the police can come manipulate them a little easy and scare them. Let me say scare them, because it's like they never been in jail and they don't know what's going to be behind the bars, especially when they have children, and they lie. But we all go through it because they lie and manipulate the suspects, and they lied and manipulated her. She even said on stand how they held her family hostage until she spoke to them. They arrested her brother. They threatened to charge her with murder if she didn't say what they wanted her to say, or take the shit. So basically
they intimidated her and everything, and scared her, but then they still wound up paying her rent. Is that what you're saying? Because she owed rent.
Yes. She owed it, what they call it, back rears.
Right.
Back rears or something like that.
The back rears, yeah, rears. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like, come, that's fine. We help you. We'll help you out. We help pay your rent. We know you owe.
Right. Yeah. Now, somebody on a block had a question or a suggestion and everything. I guess they was asking a writ to question the validity. I can't get that word out. To make sure that the charges is valid. Was that ever, come up as a, something that was like a factor or anything?
Right. If the charges was valid.
Right. The writ was a writ put in, like a writ, WRIT, a writ to question the
so they probably talking about the motion.
Right, the motion for a writ, correct? Yeah.
I don't understand. They talking about the appeal, my appeal, or they talking about to challenge
to challenge the charges. Yes, was a writ ever put in for that?
Yeah, and we lost. Yeah, that's kind of like pre-trial.
Pre-trial, okay, and you lost that too.
Yeah, we lost it.
Okay,
yeah, we lost it.
Okay, all right.
Even the judge denied us a whole because the lawyer I had first he died, and then I got this new bullshit lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And in between that, some motion was lost where they tried to first of all they held evidence where this even a female witness she never admitted to seeing me do anything. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And they held her statement for 5 years. So my lawyer never knew that the witness didn't admit to saying that she seen me do anything. So at that point, when he finally seen it 5 years later, he tried to put in a motion. It's called a Dunaway hearing to challenge probable cause.
Right.
They didn't have no probable cause to arrest me because this witness is not saying that she seen me do anything. So what was the reason for arresting me? And the judge denied it. So that's one of my issues I'm going with now.
Right. Got you. Right.
It's pretty hopeful because they didn't have no need to arrest me in the first place. If no one even said they see me do any crime.
Now, has anything come up to the nature whereas people may know who actually did the crime, but they just not saying anything, or?
Yeah, but you know how the quote unquote street code goes. So it's like, I know another brother that's sitting here with me right now who's going through the same exact shit.
Yeah.
He's in prison for something he didn't do, and it's like people snitch when they want, they lie, snitch, and everything, and it's like where people know who did things, and they just don't be coming forward. Which is good,
right?
Because at the end of the day, we do live a street code, which is good, and it's on us. We just gotta fight it.
But let me ask you this question, Wopo. Okay, so let's play. Let's put it in this way, because I know a lot of guys that's sitting up doing time for something they did not do, and they themselves actually know who did it, but they don't want to say anything. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if you serving that crime for something you didn't do, right, and you know who did it, why is that? That's still considered snitching?
Yes.
So if your liberty is at stake, right, for something you did not do, and you know the person who actually did it, so it's still considered snitching in, I guess, the code.
Yes, because to me, I feel like if you're in that position where you in jail for something you didn't do, you still living that type of life, and you know what comes with it. Right. And it's like you gotta stick to the code. It is what it is. You can't go against what you believe in.
Right.
That's like this is the street code is our faith. That's our religion. This is what we go by.
Right.
And it's like that's what we gotta do. I mean, it sucks sometimes, but at the end of the day, I mean, everything can't be rosy.
Right. But I mean, now let's look at this way. Okay, so fine, you got the code, you're living by it, and let me get this right. I'm not saying this is your case. I'm just asking because you actually live in it, so you know other people is in it, living it and stuff. You're living, you accepting it. You're saying that's the way the game goes. But now people who's doing this is actually separated, and they're missing years from children of theirs growing up. Years of things that they could have been doing. They could have turned their lives around in the streets. In outside from behind bars. You understand what I'm saying? Like that has to be frustrating. They just thinking about that, and because you just not want to come forward and let them know. Listen, hey, I need to clear my name. This is the individual who actually did it.
Honestly, most of the time, that don't even work. Even when you get found guilty and say you want to come and agree to testify and say it wasn't you, most of the time that don't even work because they don't even believe you. They just feel like you just trying to get out of jail. I've seen a case like that where it was two brothers. They was twins. And one was doing life.
Right.
One was doing life and the other one was out. he ended up getting arrested, and he ended up saying that the body his brother was locked up for, he actually did. Man, they told him to get boxed.
So basically, I guess it's like, I guess you got to pick your poison. It's either, and the route to go is like, hey, they're not going to believe me anyway, so why just be recognized as a snitch and just sit down and do the time, because it will waste going with them, because they're not going back and forth with the judges and stuff, because they're not going to believe me, correct? Or is that like the way to put it?
That's how some of them think.
Right.
But I just feel like, me personally, with my case, I feel like I'm not going to be here long anyway.
Right.
I feel like, man, I'm out of here within the next couple of years. So I don't even think about that. It's like,
I understand that, but then you think about you figure, okay, I'm not going to be here for long, so let me just sit down and do this. But now, when you go out, you still got that label on you for something, and it's something for a label for something you did not do. You get it? You understand what I'm saying? And now society's giving you a hard time.
Yeah, but as we grow, we stop caring what society thinks anyway. As long as my family, my loved ones,
right,
the people I'm close to understand what really happened, what truly happened.
Right.
Me personally, I'm content with that.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? As long as I can face them and look them in their eyes, it's all good.
Right.
I don't really care what society thinks.
Got you.
But people I don't even know things,
So, since you've been going through all of this and you've been sitting down and everything, what is what's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself that you didn't know before all of this happened? Because I'm quite sure you had a lot of time to think. You learned different things about yourself and everything. What was one of those things?
Well, I learned how strong I was.
Mm-hmm.
Because going through this shit, it could break you down.
Yeah.
And make you fold and all types of things. And one of the things is how strong I was.
Right.
Because I just couldn't break. Everybody wanted me to break, and I just couldn't give them what they wanted. Even the justice system, the white man, they want us to break. That's what they built this shit for.
Right.
Down mentally, physically, and I just couldn't have it.
Right.
I can't have it. So that's one of the things I definitely found out, how strong I was.
Right.
Even how smart I was. Because, when you're in the street and you're young, you don't really pay attention to school and stuff like that. But as here I got my GED. I got it on my first try. I took some college classes and stuff. And even when I do essays and the professors and stuff, they just tell me how good they are. And I'd be surprised with myself. Like, what? Like, for real? Like, yes, Charlie, yes.
Right.
So
right.
that's a couple things I found out about myself. Good thing.
Right. Right. So now you're here, and so basically, I'm not going to say you're content with the situation, but you're looking at the situation in other directions to lead you to a bright side of it. Like, you're not going to be here for long. So, what are some of the other things that you're doing to keep just your mind to have tunnel vision on that bright side and to stay focused and to stay in a positive energy?
Besides the support I have, staying in little library.
Yeah. And keeping yourself educated.
Researching, finding new things, and every time I find something new, it's like I'm a kid in the candy store. It's like, yes.
Right.
Yes. It's just the hope and the faith keep me going. Because I know this can't be it for me. I've been through too much stuff positively. In a productive way. I've been to Africa, I've been to Albany, to Lobby for people that was in prison. And I just know this ain't it for me. This can't be it for me. I just look at it like this is God's way of just sitting me down because shit could have been worse.
Right. And, I just thank God, I'm like you, Malik and stuff. I mean, I don't want to see you guys there, but I'm glad that you're still here. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I can, I can say, okay, I can expect calls, from, you're calling up and everything. You know what I'm saying? And stuff because, out in that street, it's just no joke. And it could have went a whole different way. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. A whole different way.
Every time I look, I see someone dying.
Right.
Someone dying. It's like it's worse than even before when I was out there. It's like, and honestly, it be senseless shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, when we gonna learn? It be senseless shit. But that's what keeps me going. I'm glad because it could have been worse, and you know, now I can still get to help people.
Right.
I still get to help people because I'm alive and I still have a voice. You know, so I'm gonna continue to use it. You know, and I'm gonna do what I can while I'm in here till I get out.
Right.
You know?
So everybody, they met Wopo. They know he's incarcerated. So, right now they know like he's incarcerated. So automatically that brings like a negative view of you. Let everybody know the positive things of you, what Wopo's about. You understand things that you done and everything. To share some of the positive things about you. So they, because everybody got a positive side of them. You know what I mean?
Right. So, okay. So as I was saying, when I was younger, I was a part of this program. It was called Incarcerated Mothers Program. My mother, she did a little big. And there was another one that was connected to it called Our Children. And what they used to do, they used to take us up to Albany and advocate to change the Rockefeller drug law. This is like 2000.
Yeah, the Rockefeller. Yeah, I remember studying that in school and how they was trying to change it.
Yeah, before they changed it. So we used to go up to Albany every year and lobby, speak to legislators and everything about our experience with how we were affected by the Rockefeller drug laws. That same program, they took me to Africa, and we went to Africa to speak on apartheid. We went to South Africa to speak at a convention. I was in 2001 to speak on a convention about apartheid, what was going on out there. I did mad self-help things. I was part of mad other groups, Osborne Association, charity things, all types of stuff we done, and that was with the program.
Right.
And even now, I always been helpful. Like I always like to help people, even where I'm at now. Like I'm always helping somebody.
Right.
Even that gets frustrating sometimes because when you're too good, they take advantage of you.
Of course. Yeah.
So I'm always helping people. What I learned is that you can't because someone gets you mad about who you are as a person. Like me, I'm helpful. I like helping people. You can't let that stop you from doing what you like to do.
Right.
So I might help this person, and he took advantage of me because he know I'm nice, and he don't even need something, but he asks for something, I give it to him, and that kind of gets you upset. Like, my nigga, like somebody else could have got that.
Right.
And it makes you not even want to help people no more. But I figure like you can't let people stop you from being you. Period.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I'm always, man, I'm just a helpful guy, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
So
good hearted, genuine.
Right. So let me ask you this: if you can just look back at your younger self and tell your younger self something, what would you tell your younger self?
That's a good question. Stay on the right track. Because I was on the right track at one time. I was on the right track at one time. I went through my little bad times and stuff. But then I started straightening up. I had got arrested. I had 5 years probation. I was in school. I was getting good grades. I was working at McDonald's. And one little bad thing happened because they were just used to my history. I did one little bad thing in school. I cut class.
Right.
And I had the whole school chasing me around school, which was bad, but but I was actually doing good. That was my first time in all of my high school years that I passed all my classes.
Right.
And but being that my parents was just so messed up, they kicked me out of school. Once they kicked me out of school, I kind of gave up on things. I had bad time. They say idle mind is devil's playground. So I just had bad idle time to myself, and instead of just sticking to me trying to do good and not go back to jail. And
right.
That's what I tell my younger self, man. Just hang in there, stick in there. It's gonna be okay.
Right.
It's gonna be all right.
Right. And that same scenario. I'm sorry. Say that again, honey.
when we take the shortcut, we think it's a shortcut, but it's not really a shortcut because
It's
you never
not.
get to where you want to go anyway.
Exactly.
Once you take that shortcut, you're deviating a whole other way. You never get to point B.
Right.
But yeah.
Right. And that scenario you ran down in school, what happened with you at school, because of your history and stuff, they just wound up, kicking you out and all that stuff. They didn't even look at, the back. That kind of comes like how the police looks at you too. You know what I'm saying? And it was taken into, what I'm saying? Like you can have somebody and, not saying particularly you, but you went out in the street, you did a lot of stuff, you kept getting off and you kept getting off. But now this one time they catch you for something you didn't do. You understand what I'm saying? And you crying, you're innocent again. So almost they looking at you, okay, it's like the boy that cried wolf. So you know what I mean? But now they got you sitting down for something you didn't do and everything. And and I think they set our men up like that. You understand what I'm saying? And stuff, because then when they sit you down for something you didn't do and stuff, it's the most harsh thing. It's like a pow, bam. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, it's like the worst. And you know what I'm saying? They slapping you like, what did they give you? They gave you what? How many years altogether? 25 to life. Right.
Whew.
25 to life. So, and see, they just handing them sentences out like they're handing candy out. Like, it's just like, here, we're going to give them 25 to life.
Right. Just don't even think about giving us a chance to get back to society and change it. Just take that all the way, and I think about it all the time. It's like, I think when I was 21. Right. 21, we think we grown, but we're not really grown.
Right.
We're really still kids. And it's like, damn, they didn't even give me a chance to mature and grow out of childish ways. I had that even at 21.
Right. So pause right there. Let everybody know exactly how old you were when this started, and you got sentenced.
Well, I actually got locked up September 10th, one day before my 22nd birthday.
Wow.
Damn.
So I was in the precinct on my 22nd birthday.
And you already served 12 years.
As of now, yes, 12 years.
So, did you have kids?
No.
No kids.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Trying to take that away from me.
Right.
That's what they want. That's the thing. I feel like they don't want us as a black man to reproduce anyway.
Right. Yeah, you got that right. You know what? Because if you look, they did this big documentary on that back in the 19th century. The blacks, they was actually setting the slaves up thinking they was helping them escape to South Carolina, and they was actually putting it, whereas having them go to doctors, having them making them think they was getting them checked up, for they taking care of their health. It come to find out they was making the men sterile, whereas they couldn't produce, and they was actually trying to talk the women into getting hysterectomies.
And it's funny you say that because in prison in New York State, all they don't give us real meat. They give us soy.
Wow.
And soy has
it has properties kind of like estrogen.
Yeah.
Estrogen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of estrogen in it, and that's all they give us. So
that's all. That's all they give you.
As far as when we get meat on meals, it's estrogen. I mean, it's soy.
Soy.
We don't get real meat.
Because a little bit's not bad, but a lot can mess up your hormones. So that
And we up here doing years, so we eating that thing. We eat that for years.
Right. Wow.
So
and it's like, let's talk about some of the politics behind what's going on behind there, with like some of the things that's going on with the wardens and the COs and stuff and everything and whatnot. Because I know you guys had to be pissed off, because especially with this COVID thing, because if y'all got infected, y'all sitting down, they shut down visits. So if y'all got infected, it had to be the COs and the people who was able to go outside bringing it in.
Yeah, and then we penalized for them bringing it in.
Right.
Ain't that some shit? Yeah, and the funny thing is, just earlier I was walking back past all of a sudden a civilian. when I came through, the civilian put the mask wasn't on. The civilian put the mask on when I came past. Then took it off after I left, and I look like I'm not the one giving you COVID.
Right.
Like, why? And that happens a lot. It's like
y'all was like some of the safest people. Y'all supposed to be some of the safest people through this pandemic.
Exactly.
Because y'all was in the inside.
Yeah. Like they around each other, they mask off everything. Soon a prisoner come, they put their mask on. It's like you're gonna catch it from him before you catch it from me anyway.
Right.
And to me, that just goes to the mind of what they think of us, like degrading. Period. It's just like, but yeah, and they don't even know how to handle this shit.
Right.
Period. They handled it very poorly. Very poorly. Very poorly. They put us in isolation housing areas with no property. Yo, when I got isolated because I quote unquote tested positive, they put me in a freezing ass room.
What?
Freezing ass room. It's like, okay, if I tested positive, am I supposed to be in this cold ass? I mean, icy. Like we had to sleep with like 3 blankets on.
Yeah.
Real shit. Until one time they had to open the door to like serve our food
and let some heat in. So that's what y'all had to do and hope to get heat when they came to give you the food.
Yeah, but they opened the door just to give us food and then close it because we in isolation. So one time we just stuck it up. Like we ain't staying in that room. I'm not closing the door. And then they wanted to come and fix the windows and change our room and all this other shit. It was like, why we got to go through all that? Like,
so wait, it was cold. It was cold because the windows wasn't fixed. I thought it was AC cold, but it was cold because the windows and stuff wasn't fixed.
The window was broke. It was air coming in through the window.
Yeah.
And it was icy in there. We could never. And it was December. We couldn't. It was snow outside. Everything. We couldn't be in there in like not even sweats and a sweatshirt. We had to put on 2 sweatshirts, and walk around with a blanket over our shoulders, type shit. You know, and they ain't even care. We complained about that shit for like 5 days straight. We just had enough. Like, nah.
You have 1 minute left.
Oh,
so Wopo, let me know, man. If you want to call back in, you can. But if you can't tonight, if you just let me know whenever you want to call in. But you can call back in tonight if you want to.
Okay, I got about 5-10 more minutes. I don't know what happened to my brother. I told him to make sure he called in tonight. He ain't calling.
Nah, but that's cool. Whenever you're calling, because we here until around 10:30. We're gonna be doing a segment and stuff. So just tell her to text me if you're calling back in, so I can have everything set up. And thank you so much for coming on, sharing what you shared with us.
Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you so much.
No problem, man. Shout out to y'all. I love what y'all doing, man. The people, we need y'all. We appreciate y'all. Everything is good, man.
Everything is. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Keep your head up. Just know you got us here on the outside. That's gonna help you get your word out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Tasha, and everybody else. Thank you. And y'all have a good night.
You too.
You too, honey. Okay.
Thank you for using Securus. Goodbye.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was another segment from one of our brothers sitting, down right now and everything.
I mean, he already got 12 years and they gave him 25. Like, what do they be thinking when they give somebody 25 years to life?
There's just one less brother on the street.
They give you this 25 years to life on based off of no forensic evidence.
They don't never have no forensic evidence now.
Right.
That just be CSI on TV. They don't never have no evidence.
Right.
Like when I watch, because my show is the first 48 hours. That's my show. Mm-hmm. They don't be having no real witnesses. Most of the time, it be the people telling on themselves, or they just start talking when they should just say lawyer.
Right.
Say lawyer. Just say lawyer. Because and that lack and if you got real stuff going on, a legal aid lawyer is real. What is that person gonna do for you? They get 100 cases and tell them take it. Their job is to plead it down and get it off the books and move on to the next one. Their job is not really to defend you. That's not their real job. If you don't have money to in this system and you get caught up, you going to jail, especially if you rock Commission Club. And that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, so but we're gonna go to a commercial break after that and stuff.
Okay.
You know, everybody needs it because I'm the one I heard you. Damn. You know. So
Yeah,
I know you need
because
to-
I was just because I'm always the person that goes, okay, you give them $25. Like everybody not gonna be Wallow 267, Wallow and Gilly the Kid. No, everybody that gets out of jail is not gonna be Wallow. They're not gonna be able to do 20 years and do what he did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he was able to really look at his life, really have a goal, and not let prison not become a part of that him. He's able to just move on and do something with himself and see the bigger picture. What about the mental toll it takes on you?
Right,
He
exactly.
wasn't in jail for murdering nobody. I think he had a gun or something like that. They gave that man damn near 20 years. When he went to jail, he was still talking about taking the face off the radio, out the car, off the radio, and putting it in his back pocket. Like that's what he was doing. But that's
when he came home, it was like a whole different world.
A whole different world. How do you adjust to that? It's not just them isolating you. It's the change in society that is so great.
Yeah, because it's almost like time stops.
Time
for you.
stops wherever
time,
you were in
like
your
time
life,
stops
stop.
for you, and then you have to readjust. And then from my perspective, you have your rights taken away from you. Like you can't vote because you're an ex-con. That's on your record. You have to divulge that on a job application, and they'll look at that and they'll be like, now some will take a chance based on work, based on your work ethic or past work history, but others will have that stigma. And it's like, hey, you were in jail for what? And how did you? And what? And how long? I'm sorry.
And am I still a criminal when I serve my time? I thought if I commit a crime and I serve my time, we even. Why am I still being penalized? Why are my rights still not being reinstated after I do all the time you've given me? I'm still
because this is still America, baby. This is still America.
They have the mentality of people don't really change, and it's either if it happened this time, it could happen again. And that's just from my point of view. In other countries, and I hate it when I hate it when I do this because I used to hate it when other people would. But in other countries, I forgot exactly where in their prison system, instead of them basically putting you in cages, they have you learn something, like learn how to calm down, learn how to meditate, learn how to draw, learn how to paint, learn how to focus your energy into something positive, so you can get out there and be part of society.
So we
into society and integrate yourself.
We got Wopo back on the line.
Oh, okay.
He did call back in. Go ahead, Wopo.
How y'all? I just tried to call back, man. The energy was too quick, man. It was too great. And I got Shot Bucks on the line. You know, I hear y'all right here.
Shot Bucks, yo, you got people that accepting challenges for a freestyle. Spit the fire. Are you doing it tomorrow?
Yeah, I do it. I tuned in to the live today that I was doing, and I was commenting. I don't know if y'all see my comments, but I was commenting. I ain't know how to come up here. I thought you had to send a link or something.
No. We're gonna send a link for you to come on, but you got to go on the block. That challenge was put up. Somebody posted that challenge up on the block.
I was watching it on the block on the app.
Okay, so are you gonna do it tomorrow? The Spit Fire challenge?
Yeah, I'll do it with time.
Okay, it's 8 p.m.
Definitely. So just send me the link. I'll tune in.
Because Wopo said you can't be out here looking like no punk not responding to challenges.
Nah. Hell no. Nah, none of that. You know. I told you once you asked me the first time. I told you I was coming back. All you had to do is send a link.
Okay.
I don't gotta respond back to critics.
Just send the link and you appear, right?
Yeah, that's it. Just send a link and I'm gonna be there. That's all.
I hear that.
You got something for the mail? You got something for the mail, Shabo?
what y'all want to hear? I want to hear.
Hold on, you want to speak? You want to get up freestyling right now?
Something like if y'all want to, it's up to y'all.
All right, DJ Steady and Ready. You got something you can throw it in right quick? You know, we always prepared. We can get something.
I already know. Y'all always prepared. Y'all always ready.
But hold up, Shotbox. I think when you was on here the last time, you went through almost everything we had. Am I right in the wrong? Hold on a second.
So this gonna be a walk in the park then.
Shotbox was hopping on other people's freestyles the last time. So we gotta go. We gotta go into we gotta go into the crates for you because he hold on a second. I mean we did everything for you and stuff. Wait. This is one thing we do. This is gonna be a challenge right here, and I'm about to send it to Steady. Hold on a second. This is gonna be a challenge. I like to challenge y'all young brothers.
Yeah, sure. You're gonna make me.
Yeah.
You got. Matter of fact, this is where you at. So this is gonna represent. This is representing where you from and where you at right now. So you gotta spit the fire on this one, this track.
Okay.
You got to. You got it, Steady.
So you know I got it.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The bridge is over. The bridge is over.
Yeah.
I had to throw that out there. I had to throw that out there.
Funny part of life, I can't do it, I can see a lot. Never had a cool story, but I had to pick a spot. He was working on sleep, cause I needed watch. The gunplay was real, so I never seen a nigga pop. He was pop, so a nigga running till we see the cops. I'm back, running with it in a roll choice. I always till I made a bold choice. He lazy, I'm trying to check to my feet break. I never trusted the soul, the rat always be the snake. The fire, so I need a shake. I'm trying to come out fly to the back, so I'm getting played. So crazy, you can hear me so. You know how to shoot, but it's better if you see it fall. I was devastated. The budget, I told mom I'ma move out.
Y'all got me doing the walk over here. I'm not even doing the walk. All right. That's good. That's good. No, let him save it for tomorrow. Let him save it for tomorrow.
I ain't gonna go too crazy right now.
Tomorrow, because you got people that's watching this right now that's gonna be, that's supposed to be showing up for this thing. So I don't know if they're out there getting shook, or I don't know what they're doing right now. But that's kind of a tough track to freestyle on, just to let you know. And you did that.
I appreciate that. I got some heat for y'all. Don't worry. We gonna definitely all of it is tune in, man. We gonna take over the ball, bro.
Yeah, tune in tomorrow. Spit the fire. We're gonna have some fun and stuff and everything. We got some good segments coming up and everything. And do me a favor, Wopo. We got Shotbox. Make sure you get it out to all you people. You're gonna be on the Spit the Fire, okay? Tomorrow, so they can tune in as well. And whatnot and stuff. But yeah, so Wopo, you just touch people's, hearts and stuff, and we just sitting up here like, wow, and everything. Yeah. So mentally, where you at mentally? Because I know you say you good, but how are you staying good mentally? I know what you're doing on the inside, but what about how you think about what's the outside when you something where you cannot be right now, and that's all your all your family's on the outside and everything. Like what is it that that keep you going? That you're getting from the outside, from your family and everything.
Just the support. I try not to think about it too much, because it can get painful, Like I was speaking to my cousin the other day, and I got a little baby cousin that don't even know me. He's only 5.
Wow.
You know, so things like that hurt me. I got a 2-year-old niece. My sister hasn't brought her up here because of all this COVID stuff. She knows me, but she's never seen me or anything because my sister shows her pictures and stuff like that. My nephews, my sister bring them up here, so I'm kind of close with them, but I just try not to think about it too much, you know?
Right.
It's a touchy subject, you know? So
of course.
I just try to focus on being here, taking care of what I need to take care of to get out there, you know?
Yeah.
That shit, because, you know, it's like, you know, your niece, my other niece, you know, she's older. Speaking of her, she's like kids nowadays are so smart. So when you speak to them, it's like, are you really 10? Are you really 11? Are you really 15? Like, really, how old are you? Because they like so advanced now.
Right.
And I also got another niece, Shanae. She's 18 now. I haven't seen her in so long, you know. So yeah, I just try not to think about it because it's painful, you know. But it's always in the back of my mind. I never forget about my family. I never forget about my loved ones. They always there. Just, you know, I just gotta work on me to get out there so I can be with them. You know.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, they brushed me off the phone.
Okay.
They let me rock out. So it was cool. It was very nice speaking to y'all. You know.
Definitely.
I love what y'all doing. Real talk. What y'all doing. I love it, man.
Right. Well, we doing it for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And we here, you know, we here on the outside and stuff and everything. And that whenever you want to call up, just call up. You know, let us know what's going on with your mind. You know, going on with you, your mind and stuff. What's going on inside and everything. And you know, just call up whenever you can. You know, just keep us all. We know we can hear from you and everything and stuff, but you know, just call up when you need to just get something off your chest and voice some more opinions and stuff.
I appreciate that. I really do. And y'all made me, you know, I was a little nervous at first. Y'all made me mad comfortable.
I told you, don't worry about it. You're gonna be all right. You know.
You did tell me that. Yeah, you did, and I was all right. I was in good hands.
You're good hands. Good hands.
What the people want.
Exactly. So don't worry about it and stuff. You know, I just hope this right here, you know, coming out, you know, being heard, because this is global. We stream everywhere. So you got people in different countries right now that could be listening to you, hearing your story. So I just hope this can. I'm just hoping this brings you, you know, some type of, you know, comfort. You know what I'm saying? You know, for, you know, the moment and everything, and something you can just hold on to, and just knowing that we here out here, we hearing your story, and we, you know, we got you.
It's good to meet people who you know, sympathize and empathize with our situation. You know? And here people forget about it.
Right.
We're like almost non-existent, you know?
Right.
And so it's good when we find people who actually care about our lives, you know, because prison lives matter too.
Right. It sure enough do. It's sure enough do, and everything. So, all right. Well, you have a good evening, hon. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. Thanks to the whole team. Y'all was great. Have a good night also.
You too,
No doubt.
You as well.
Wow. Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. So that's that, you know. So we're gonna take a commercial break right now. And then we're gonna come back and get into this marriage boot camp.
Here we go again.
What?
I mean, it just
This amazing podcast is sponsored by Care Time Scrubs. Nurse owned and operated, providing scrubs to essential workers and workers who feel more comfortable with scrubs. You can purchase yours, yes, yours, at www.caretimescrubs.com. That's www.caretimescrubs.com. Can't wait for your order. Mwah.
Yo, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You talking about a powerful show opener?
Yep.
Yo, man, this world's crazy, bro.
I mean, it's meant to keep you down. It's meant to keep you down if you let them.
Yeah, no, it really is. It's not. The system was not meant for any of us to get ahead. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all. Not at all.
And I'm not saying that if you do something, like that, and there shouldn't be any consequences. What I am saying is give those who deserve a chance
Yeah, a real right
to get their lives back on track. Yeah, they made some mistakes, but that doesn't mean that they'll remain the same person. Now, if you just keep treating them like animals, they're just going to remain the same person.
Remain the same way.
They're going to remain the same. They're not going to grow. There are some people who got out who can't deal with civilian life.
With civilian life,
so used to being in there. So it really just just makes you wonder what the mind goes through with things, with things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're told when to you're told when to get up, you're told when to shower, you're told when to go to sleep, you're told what to eat. And from what from what he just said about the way they're eating, that worries me. And if my mom probably already knows, but she would flip out.
Right.
Yeah, but I can't even.
Oh yeah, it's cheaper for us to do this plant-based, force all this soy in you. It's about the bottom line. We don't really care how it impacts you.
But it's like there are plenty of things besides soy. Like a little bit is all right, but there's plenty of things besides soy. Like I eat some plant-based products that have soy in them, but I try not to eat them that much. You know what I'm saying? Because that affects everybody. But I remember a time when like a couple people in my family would go on these diets, like recreationally, like every couple of months they would go on this diet, and soy milk was always in the fridge. Once they started going on the diet, I would see the regular milk and I would see the chocolate soy milk, not knowing at the time what soy can do to you if you if you have too much of it. And that's soy products, period. You know what I'm saying?
Period. Right.
So but the fact that they still push like soy milk as a healthy alternative, I'm like, nah. Like when my mom switched to almond milk, I switched to almond milk shortly after she did. So
right.
That's calcium, that's protein. I'm good.
Right.
And no weird possible side effects.
It's just crazy, it's like you got them on lockdown and stuff, the much money
especially if they got realistic, especially if they got release dates. You can't give them solitary confinement, cage them in, don't show them anything about the world, and on their release day say, here's your coat, here's $20, we talk to you and figure that out. How does that work? Who are they supposed to be? You making sure they come back. Because that's a dollar sign walking out the door. That's federal dollars, that's state dollars. That's how these people stay employed. You making sure they return.
It's a systematic gamble. Like we're gonna place our bets that 1 week or 1 year, or what I'm saying, to give you that stipulation of you'll be back. You already got a DC number on your name, so ain't no sense of changing that.
Yeah, it's a label now. They're labeled.
Yeah, and
and
that's how they stamp it.
whole towns, their whole community is based on the jail being put there. Everybody works there. This is how the town gets income. So when you start talking about prison reform, when you start talking about really looking at these laws, these towns have a fit because for them, that's their income going down the drain.
Exactly.
So is it about money or is it about rehabilitation? What is it really about?
Money.
It's America.
You got to think about it.
America. It's always about money.
And now you got to think about it. The black man has came so far in life, whereas it's scary because they're getting educated, they're becoming doctors, lawyers, and everything. So now
one became president. That's when the
president exactly.
That's
so
when
now
the real freak out started. Like
now it's scary because now they go in a different direction, becoming all these successful things legitimate. Okay, They now got all these judges, they got all of these DAs, they got all these correctional officers, the wardens and stuff. Who they gonna be incarcerated? You understand what I'm saying? So now they gotta sit up there and chump up fake charges, make up fake cases, just so they can keep in and out a revolving door for the criminal justice system in prisons.
It's
And
crazy.
then that's so these wardens, these correctional officers, these judges, these
Stay
DAs can
employed.
get paid all this money, top dollars, and still when they do get these inmates behind bars on charges they're not even supposed to be there for, they treat them poorly and feed them poorly and house them poorly.
Facts.
Hey, but think about it. All we're doing is repeating history. Because remember before all this, there was barely any black people in juries. They would say, "Oh, a jury of their peers." It was never a jury of their peers.
Never.
No offense to anybody out here listening, but it was mostly white people on the jury making these calls, right? Nobody had it. Look, come on, nobody. If you were a person of color, brown, black, whatever, and you had mostly white people on the jury, of course they're already thinking, okay, that this person's guilty. There might be a few that are right with you, but depending on the depending on the time frame, and plus, once again, this is America. It's very likely that you are going to be sent to jail for an unruly amount of time, while some others might just get house arrest.
Right.
And
right for the same house arrest, right?
For the same like they've done studies. They've done studies. Yep. You put one guy of color in jail that say he shoplifted or had gun possession or something, right? Mm-hmm. He gets like 10, almost 20 years. A white guy does the same thing, he gets less time.
Or no time. Or what about the kid
or he gets house arrest.
Killed those people, he took his father's car and he drank some beer and killed some people in the car, and the judge said because he comes from a life of privilege, he didn't understand the concept.
Or like that guy who raped that girl, and they pretty much said the same thing with him. He didn't know any better.
He didn't understand his privilege.
He didn't understand his privilege. Now, when you say something like that, and watch somebody say there's no such thing as white privilege.
It's a joke. It's a total
joke. Watch somebody say there's no such thing as white privilege. I've had that conversation with people a lot more today than I ever had, and they think it's mostly a job thing. I'm like, no, it's not just a job.
Tell them to go back and review when they rushed the White House, and tell them that.
And then was helping the lady down the steps because the steps were steep. So she just she had all the energy to go up the steps, storm the Capitol, and now she needs assistance down the steps. She needs assistance. Oh, okay. Now we all know that was Raheem, Shaniqua, Jose, and Maria. But they would still be getting dead bodies off the front.
But you know what? You know what I find kind of interesting though? There are blacks for Trump. There are black organizations for Trump in his
right,
people,
and right. They just posted some guy that was talking about one of those people that stormed the Capitol, and I was like, his black ass is going to do so much time because they're going to use him as look, we prosecuting him. Look, we giving him 15 to 20 to storm the Capitol. Well,
I didn't like the news. I didn't see too many people, with different shades in that line. Just saying,
Right. But, the majority of them was white, but it was some Hispanic people.
There had to be some. There had to be some because I know some people who are Hispanic. I know some people that are, black that voted, that gladly voted for Trump, waving flags and everything, thinking that he, So it's just. But I also know some people that didn't know that the insurrection even happened because
what?
Well, hey, life. They didn't see that. They didn't see it on TV. They've only been focusing on on their family and everything. So I had to at one point it got brought up in conversation, and they were like, "When did this happen?" I'm like, "Dude, it just happened in January."
Right.
Like this, it just happened in January. There are so many. And the stupid thing is, they were recording it.
Because nothing was supposed to happen. Trump told them we're gonna do. Listen to me. This was a consorted. This was an effort. They really, I'm telling you, they was gonna do it. They were. If they would have been able to get to that House floor with those senators, I promise you, Trump would still be president. I promise you on everything. Trump would still. They would have come up with a story to give the peace to society to calm this down. Let's just give him another term. I'm telling you, they
Man,
were
but
close to it. They were
I
close
I
to it.
understand being angry because your guy lost. You know what I'm saying? I understand being angry because your guy lost.
White fragility, white fragility, white fragility.
But what I do not understand is you didn't even and now Biden's been in office for a few months now. They ain't even give the other guy a chance. Like they say the Constitution does say that you can do something like that if you feel like the government is not doing their job. But that's not has nothing. But it doesn't say anything about doing it right before a freaking vote is being cast.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But they knew. If we could stop this count, maybe kill a couple of senators. You know what I'm saying? Let them know we mean business. I'm telling you, the Republicans would have came together and said to keep the violence down. Let's just leave him in as president. Everybody's to keep everything calm. But you know what? Those people.
But a lot of them, yeah. Adrian was like, a lot of them don't even vote. And after finding out some stuff I've recently found out just a few days ago, I don't. It's like the voting system is so ridiculous.
But I blame people that look like you and me.
Basically,
people that look like you and me.
I mean, because we are
the
the
do
first
nothing
people.
consistently.
Right.
I give white people that vote. I give white people they do when they vote because they understand that if a vote meant nothing, they wouldn't be trying so hard to keep people that look like me and you from doing it. But when we do it occasionally, we make it easy for them to gerrymander it. We make it easy for them to take the right away from us. Cause they don't need to court us. They don't need to court us. They only vote when it gets serious. So if we keep them from voting, we take away it's fine because we don't vote. Now everybody up in arms because they trying to come
and
after abortion.
The ones who don't vote are the first ones to cry, talking about we need change. You know what I'm saying? We don't have this. We don't have that.
When Hillary, you didn't need to be in love with Hillary Clinton. You didn't need to be in love with her. So the fuck what? You didn't need to be in love with her. But guess what? You wouldn't be fighting now to hold on to your privacy with your damn uterus now from the Supreme Court had you voted for.
Exactly. Absolutely.
This shit with Putin would not, that Russian shit would not have been going on because she wouldn't have been having any of it. Any of it. So you got what you wanted. You sat at home and you did nothing. Like I don't like people were giving grown people were saying, I voted for the first time because I see there needs to be a change. You 50 fucking years old. What you been doing all them other times?
Just buying time. Just buying time.
You 50 years old. Am I supposed to give you a hand clap? I'm sorry. I'm not giving no grown person a hand clap. And that's another thing about Black wealthy people. Because they live in good areas. Yeah, those things that you talk about, like the school your kid goes to, well, your kid goes to an amazing school. Because you live in an amazing zip code. But they do put in laws to keep you from being more successful than you are. You get to be successful, but imagine if they didn't have their foot on your neck, how much more successful you would be. Only when there's like, oh shit, this seems important. Let me get out of my mansion and go register to vote. It's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen and heard in my whole entire life.
I've been a registered voter since I was 18. I ain't always like it. I'm gonna be 100%. I don't always like it because the two-party system is rigged. I don't care what side you're on. I've been an independent since high school. So when somebody asks me why are you independent, because both of these parties, I don't care if you were an elephant, I don't care if you were a donkey, I don't care if they come up with another animal. The fact is, this system is not made to be fair to anyone. That's why we end up with a two-party system after about 25 people want to run for, I don't care what it is. It doesn't even have to be president. It could be anything. It could be senator. It could be anything. It could be freaking alderman. You know,
That's okay. DJ Steady, are you ready for President 2030? Y'all won't change. You want who they
listen.
want for president? I
But I
got
want to
y'all.
know. But I want to know one thing though. I want to know one thing though. Why do you want the job? Do you really think that if somebody got the job as president, which is the only thing they have us focusing on instead of the
all
senator
those
seats?
local elections that go on
Man,
that
You know what I'm saying?
directly
Like
it's
impact
the
you.
market.
in
Everybody
the
want to
mo-
be puppeted. They just
like
need a clean
no,
face.
exactly my point. Why does anyone even want the job?
It's not about wanting. It's about a monopoly system of
It's about
look.
and
We done
about
observed
power.
you exactly. That's all that is. So we need you to be the face right now because you got good, a good standpoint, good strong motto, and we can stand behind you. It's all about that. It's just the same as music
Man,
industries. When a record label looks at a certain artist and they want you to build you, you can be the best artist, the Grammy winning artist come next year. All you gotta do is sign this paper. It's simple. It's politics. That's what politics is all about. We're gonna gamble on you, invest in you,
Yep.
and when some scandals come up and hit the face, we got nothing to do with you. We washing our
Well, we
hands.
don't know you
We
no
know
more.
what your job is done. You done served it.
Like Irv Gotti. I just really do love Irv Gotti. Like when he talks about the feds coming after him,
He spoke
and
the truth.
he gets into it. He was like, and people were like, "Oh, the feds have like a 98% winning rate." He was like, "Yeah, because nobody ever fucking takes the shit to trial. Everybody just goes, let me just take this. What you want me to do? All right, I'm gonna do that shit." When he took the shit to trial, the shit that they was saying, he was like, "Look, I don't even know what the fuck they talking about." He was like, the judge was even saying, "Come on, you know you fucking did it. Why are you wasting the court's time with this shit? Just go ahead and plead guilty to this shit because you did it. Because you did it." The shit that they do to people, and he had enough money and a good lawyer to fight that. To be able to fight that. What about when you don't have no money and can't fight that? And you going against the feds? Then what happens to you?
How we get Luana riled up tonight?
Shut up.
Because that's what we do here.
Well,
yeah, that's what we do here. Okay, so we're gonna jump into this marriage bouquet.
Come on,
Steady, I just sent you
I don't know
something,
how
so we're
that's
gonna put the
possible.
episode up. Would you say, Luina?
Really? This is what we're doing a second night in a row, a second time in a row with my show. We're gonna do something this deep and then try to jump into marriage boot camp. All right, come on, let's see what happens tonight. Come on, let's do it.
Disclaimer: this is the podcast show that does everything that they don't.
Everything that they don't. You gotta be a warrior to be up on this podcast, Luana. So get with it.
Like this topic was already deep, and we got so much information. I'm just really hoping that he is okay in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah,
Well, the best,
definitely in
can
here.
be mentally, yeah.
You know.
Luana, you gotta be here. Luana came up here with a paper set up and everything for marriage boot camp. And then she wound up
Just whatever. It's fine.
I knew his story hit you when I heard you say, "Damn."
Because it's like to hear somebody say that, it's just like you done did 12 years.
Yeah.
And they want you to do how much more? Like
Shit,
I'm
like
always gonna be the
13.
person I'm always gonna be the person that's always gonna say, who and what you supposed to be after you do that kind of time? Seriously. Who and what you supposed to be?
I mean, he been in 21. He's still a baby.
20, right? 20.
Did you
about
hear
what we were doing?
He said they took the chance away from me to have babies, have kids.
Think about what you and I were doing at 21. Adrian was already a full adult then.
Yeah, me and you was just like shit. Oh my god! If we was to tell you the shit that we used to get into at 21, god damn. Shit, I mean, oh my god!
Would it be another lost episode?
I don't know what it will be.
But I'm saying, think about the grace we were given at 21. Going one wrong place, being somewhere we ain't supposed to be, which happened many a time. One thing go wrong. Somebody say something, somebody do something, and then it done. And then
you know how wrong it could have went for us in 1992, Greek Fest 1992, when we on one of my father's yellow buses to the Greek Fest with liquor on it, and we was all underage.
Right.
We
Okay.
took one of my father's yellow school buses
Big
to the
yellow
Greek
school
Fest in
buses, yeah,
1992. All underage and had liquor on the bus. Number one, my father could have lost his contract with the Board of Education.
Yes.
Okay.
But not only that, she gets lost. We find her. She
Yeah, I got lost.
You got
She
lost.
comes back with a dude, and he's like, "Yo, I just need to ride to Merrick Road. I just need to
Yo.
ride to Merrick. Just get people to Merrick." He could have been a serial killer.
First of all, I didn't even know that nigga got on a bus. Let me tell you something. No, they found me because I was lost. Because let me tell you, we was at Jones Beach, right? In Greek Fest, it's just a mile, like 5-mile walk to the beach. So in the heat, you get fucking tired. You're like, fuck it. We here at the parking lot. This is where we're going to chill out at. So everybody just started congregating in different parking lots. Somehow, I don't know, there was a crowd rush. I got separated from them. I lost the whole damn day. But I'm still enjoying myself. Now, don't get me wrong. I had a ball. I'm still enjoying myself. I just wasn't with my girls. You know me and my personality, I meet people everywhere. I was in a parking lot I was in. They closed the bathrooms on us. So there was a puddle for the girls to pee in and a puddle for the guys to pee in, which was just disgusting. Right? So when they finally found me at the dusk of dawn when it was getting dark.
Because dusk
I was enjoying myself during the daylight. But when I looked around and up in the sky, I said, okay, it's starting to get fucking dark up in this bitch. I started getting worried because everybody started leaving in their cars, and I didn't know where nobody was at. They finally found me. Hold on 1 second. They finally found me and everything, and I'm jumping up in the air like, yes, thank you, God. They found me. They found me. They found me. I get on the bus, and some dude hops on the bus too. I didn't know who he was.
And he looked like he was with her. He looked like he
got on the bus. I don't know who this dude was. All I know is I was sitting. All I know we didn't even pay attention to this nigga. All right, we didn't even know he was there. And we was on a bus just talking about what happened. Everybody's like, well, where the hell was you at, Tosh? And everything, what happened? I was like, look, I don't know. Then all of a sudden, like 20 minutes later, 25 minutes later, this nigga gets up off the floor from the back. That's when we realized him say, my stop is here. Can you let me off here? That's how that went down.
No.
Okay.
And we being funny, but we being serious at the same time. Think with no names, Cosin. Think about that party, because my mother always would go away and take the kids with her. So we would have my house all to ourselves for at least a week.
Yeah.
Think about that time.
Your house was the house.
Party. Yeah, my house was the house with no adults here. And
wait, and when Luana mother went away, her favorite statement was, tell Natasha and them, I want my house the way I left it. But go ahead.
Right, exactly, because she knew what it was. And we threw the party, and I stepped into the back. And R's there, and the other dude is there, and y'all on my back porch talking, and there was somebody there else at the party. This person on my back porch had shot this person's brother or some shit.
Oh.
And they ended up converging at my house, so they hiding dude on the back porch. And I'm like, yo, Tasha, what the hell is going on? And she's like, nah, nothing. His name is Ray right now. I was like, ain't that's homeboy? What the hell are you talking about?
Luana started to call government.
Right, because I don't know what's going on. And Tasha's like, nah, it's cool, don't worry about it. The next day, she was like, yo, some shit always went down. That shit almost got critical. Yo, so-and-so shot so-and-so's brother, a week or two ago, and that's why he was on the back. Why are they in my house? Like, if that guy would have recognized who he fully was,
he would have ended up looking like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, the slap, man.
Exactly. I know, Adrian. Should we be talking about that? I didn't say no names. I'm just speaking to one wrong name, one wrong moment. That could have turned completely different than me just talking to Tasha the next day on the phone and cursing her out.
Right.
That's what I mean by that. Like, that moment could have turned real different. Real different. I just, when you 21, they leave you no room to make mistakes. at 21.
Yeah.
They leave you no room.
Real spell.
It's bad business out there.
Yeah, and that's not even our worst stories, the stuff we got into, but we'll save that for
No. That's as deep as I can get.
No, well, there's some
But
other
you know
worse
what?
stuff
You know what?
that
At
we
least you're still here to tell the stories. You know,
right?
Plus,
Don't mind me. I'm just here for the comment.
Plus, your friendship endured all that. Like, so so at least you learned your lesson, right?
No, absolutely not. We were given
I think if we was younger, we'd
grace.
still do the same shit
We
all
was
the same way.
given a lot of grace, and that's what I mean. There's no one wrong thing. We were given grace and just lucky, and somebody was looking after our stupid asses.
Yeah, that's
somebody was looking out for our stupid asses.
And I hope it wasn't the guy on the bus floor.
Right?
No, he just wanted to get
How
on.
is that? Who let him on? Like,
he just got on.
I thought he was with Tasha. Tasha was like, nah,
I don't know him. I didn't know him. I thought he was with y'all. I didn't know him.
Nah.
Okay,
son.
so see,
Nah,
yeah,
son.
you
Get on, yeah.
We got up on Merrick.
Where they do a head count, like.
No, first of all, it was like already 14 or 15 that's on the bus. All right.
We're doing that. We're on a cheese bus.
Yeah, we're on a cheese bus. A cheese bus, literally what I'm saying, cheese bus. We were sitting in the buses, the regular chairs. We were sitting in the wheelchairs and everything. That type of cheese bus that had that stuff on it and stuff. So yeah, I mean, we had to.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we want to get out to the Greek Fest. My father had like 50 of them, so I was like, F it, we're going to the Greek Fest.
So I have a question. You guys, okay, so you guys did make it home safely, obviously, but
of course, yeah.
What was the condition of the bus when you got back home?
Oh, the bus was cool.
The bus was cool.
No, it wasn't. No, that wasn't.
Well, physically and mechanically it was.
Right.
But a few people threw up.
Uh-huh.
That wasn't that night.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't that night. That you threw up that night coming from out Long Island.
Right, at Tea House.
Yeah. Yo, that summer my father bus got us wherever the hell we wanted. We was like, F it. My father, he was so stern on getting me a car because I was a girl and stuff. So I was like, listen, Daddy got like 50 of these yellow buses. We're going to pick our poison. We're going to get to where we don't want to go, or we're going to worry about how we look when we get in here. Point blank period. So we got on the yellow bus. We at my cousin's house. This one here, the one to get drunk as hell.
No, tell it, Tasha. How did that
We get drunk as hell. We're coming back.
Because you are making the drinks, doing all kind of.
I don't even know how I got that. Yo, I walk into the party that I was invited to. Somehow everybody already knew me. Well, I didn't know these people, and everybody had their cups up in the hand for me to make them drinks. I was like, okay. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was doing. I started mixing drinks. I was 18 at the time. I never mixed drinks, but I knew something was happening. I knew something was happening because the drinks was foaming at the top. So maybe I should have said something. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Wait. You go ahead and tell a story. Tell a story.
Right. You always right. Tasha's always telling the half truth. She makes the drinks. Then I lose her because I don't know what's going on. I find her an hour later. She's sitting on the steps talking about, I can't feel my arms. Is my head still attached to my body? Like just all kind of crazy stuff she was doing. But Tasha is the impetus for everything that goes on. And then when it goes bad, she tries to do the, I don't really know y'all, step off nonsense. She's a horrible individual. She's a horrible creature.
Okay, so she threw you guys under the bus.
Right, anytime something real goes on, Tasha steps off and leaves everybody for dead. Don't let that little sweet sound fool you. She's a horrible.
I will not partake in this foolishness. I do not believe. I will not accept the lies and deception being spread across this show tonight.
Please, Tasha's a horrible person. She creates events where there's complete chaos and just stands back and go, that's terrible what they doing over there. I don't even understand what's happening. And she was the one that caused it to happen. She's horrible. She's
Tasha didn't do that. Not the Duchess. The Duchess don't do that kind of stuff.
The Duchess, yes, she does. Yes, she does. She's just old now and she don't have that kind of energy no more. Yes, she did. She's an awful person.
Nope.
She's an awful person.
Nope. We don't do that.
Stop
Nope.
it, steady. Stop steady. Stop it, steady. Stop it,
Not the
steady.
Duchess. Nope.
See,
Kyle, what you got to say about this?
I did not see where this was going. It's like, okay, you think your school bus joyrides.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
This
I
is
can't lie. It got us everywhere we needed to go that summer, so I cannot even lie. I cannot even lie.
The most
Never
I would
a
get in
dull
trouble,
moment.
The most I would get in trouble for that I can remember is if I was out late and I didn't call my mom to let her know I was safe. That was the only.
Oh yeah, I don't know nothing about what you're talking about. I don't know.
No, because see, that was it. For the most part, I'm a shut-in, right? So when I did go out, it was always to the same places. But if I didn't call my mom to let her know I was safe, or I didn't come back home in the next day or something, then it'd be a different story. She knew who I was with, but she just wanted to know I was safe. That was it.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't relate to nothing you talking about. I can't relate to nothing you talking about.
Trainers, you want to tell me why your teacher Miss
Uh-oh, my bad. That wasn't supposed to be. Nope. Disregard that, people. I apologize.
What you watching, bro?
First of all, I accidentally clicked on my TikTok app, and that's what happened. That's my story in the
What's going on the TikTok app? Oh, okay, player.
My bad. I'm sorry. I forgot I had my sound still up from the music moment. What am I apologizing for? Y'all know we do everything. We don't know that. Like, I gotta be grand.
Okay, first of all, I want to know what the hell she said while I was going, because I had to take this.
I said you're an awful person who's always started stuff and then would step off when stuff would get chaotic.
How the hell you know? First of all, like y'all designated me to make drinks that night. So let me finish telling this story.
I didn't designate nothing.
Well, you listen. You was drinking what I was making. So y'all know how them yellow buses are set up. There's one behind the other, right? So we're going on the way back home, 3:00 in the morning, right? Now I'm not drunk. I didn't drink. I don't drink no the shit I make. You know what I'm saying? I'm not drunk. I didn't drink that shit.
Wait a minute. So then, who was holding their head? That wasn't you. Who was that?
No, I don't know who one of y'all was holding your head, but I can tell you what you was doing. Let me tell you what LaWanna was doing. Her head was actually hanging out the window of the school bus, right? Hanging out the window of the school bus. And so I'm like, well, what's wrong with this bitch, right? So I paid her no mind. So I'm letting the wind hit me in the ear. The cool wind hit me in the ear, right? And then all of a sudden I was like, shit, is it raining out here? God damn. I'm like, it must be raining. It wasn't raining. This bitch was throwing up and the wind was pushing it towards me.
Oh, God.
And the wind was pushing it towards me. I'm sitting my head out the window. I was like, what, is it raining? I said, it was a nice night. And it started raining all of a sudden. And it was just throwing up. And in the air, the wind is pushing it back, smacking everybody in their faces. And I'm like...
I'll be right back, yo.
Listen. It is what it is. But once again, everybody in there is underage.
Now, God bless the dead. The only thing I listen. Exactly. Now, the only situation I felt bad for, and God bless the dead, Tasha, that night I was mixing drinks at your house.
Oh, no. She ain't gonna check it out, steady. Check this out. It was my birthday. So
okay,
I'm
your
always
birthday.
throwing a birthday party. I'm always throwing a birthday party because I think that's essential. So, whatever go on, as usual, I get overly intoxicated and I find my way upstairs because I can't do nothing for nobody any further.
Yeah.
So
she's always getting
shut up. So now I'm up there reviewing my life, trying to get the room to stop spinning. So I hear her. I hear them downstairs because listen, lock the door when y'all leave. Whatever. So then I hear Dree and Tasha saying, she's talking about the cake or whatever.
The birthday cake. I was invited to a birthday party.
She's talking about the birthday cake. So my sister, I left her saying, don't drink none of that because my sister was an asthmatic. A bad asthmatic.
She told her sister not to drink none of what I made.
I said, yo, don't mess with nothing Tasha make. Yo, you just sip some water. Don't mess with that. So then After a while, I think she gets all intoxicated. My cousin, who's a designated take care of the drunk people because she didn't drink, brings my sister upstairs because my sister starts talking about how she can't breathe. So then, after she's like, wait, Tasha goes, wait, what? You can't breathe? This one, coasting. You can't breathe. So my cousin brings my sister upstairs. My sister's up there talking about, I really think I need to go to the hospital. I really can't breathe. I hear Adrian and Tasha scrapping. Adrian is like, wait a minute. We can't leave like this, right?
I had to get the fuck out of there because I didn't know what's about to go on.
Adrian is saying, like, yo, we should call somebody. Like, Adrian was always the adult. She's like, okay, the fun time's over now. This is serious. She is talking about she can't breathe. What are we gonna do? Tasha was like, you better get your shit and come on, because I'm getting the fuck up out of here now. I can't get involved in no shit like that. like Tasha was like, get your shit, let's go. And so then, because Tasha drove, Tasha was like, "You getting a ride with me? Get your shit and come on." And then Tasha goes, "Wait, I want some cake." And Adrian was like, "Well, we can't cut the cake because the one she said, and then this one, I came for a birthday party, so I want my cake." Some cake. I'm just like, she cut the cake. The asthmatic girl is upstairs talking about she can't breathe. We should probably go somewhere. Adrian's downstairs. Her nerves is bad. She's saying this is not right. We got to do something better than this. And Tasha's like, get your shit and come on if you're coming with me, because I'm getting the fuck up out of here.
Is you coming or is you ain't?
right. You coming is you ain't. It's just so ridiculous. Tasha's a horrible person.
I felt this. The only thing I felt, I didn't know the drink I mixed up made her cause an asthma attack. Well, I didn't know what y'all was gonna do.
Her not to drink it. I said to you, like, yo, this bitch is an asthmatic. This bitch is an asthmatic. She should not be fucking around with nothing but water. Okay? And she was in there trying to be with that dude, whatever his name was, I don't know. And he was sitting up there, and I was like, so ain't nobody gonna stop this. And I was like, do whatever y'all want. Because I wasn't going to the hospital with nobody. I was laying on the bunk bed trying to get my life together. She was on the top bunk bed. I was on the bottom bunk bed because we was in the kids' room. That's as far as we made it, to the kids' room. I don't even know where the kids was. We was in the kids' room, and I was trying to regroup, and I could hear Tasha shuffling downstairs, demanding cake, telling Adrian to get her shit. Come on, let's go.
I took my cake. I cut it.
Tasha, I know you cut it because I heard you saying, I came here for a birthday party. I'm entitled to cake. I'm just like you at somebody else's house talking about what you entitled to. You're a horrible individual. You're a horrible person.
I'm not horrible. Don't say that.
Tasha, you're a horrible person. You and Adrian was being Adrian, was like, okay, this is serious, Tasha. Maybe we should do something. You was like, you either coming or you ain't, because I'm out of here. like that's it. Yeah, you called the next day and was like, yo, is everything all right over there?
I see Adrian in the comments commenting, talking about, yeah, Tasha, tell her truth. Tell her truth. Look, you know what, Adrian? I've been there for you. All right?
Don't do that. Don't do that. She ain't here to defend herself. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I've been there for Adrian.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do anything. I'm telling you, because you're going to get knifed. Don't play. She's not here to defend herself. Don't do that.
She is. She's in the comments.
She could just be in the comments. That's it. That's fine. That's fine. She's watching. We thank you for watching, Aaron. Like, stop it, Kosin. You're getting out of hand now. You're getting a little out of hand. Stick to the podcast people on the screen. Yeah, you that's what I'm talking. See, Steady, that's what I'm talking about with her. She's horrible. She's horrible.
I'm not horrible. They always putting me on blast.
I don't know who they want. Do we go from an emotional inside voices phone call to this whole reflect? So now I see what y'all talking about. Where did this show go in the middle of this?
We needed some laughs after that very emotional, real hour.
I'm just saying, this is not laughs. This is a whole who's telling the truth and who just sitting there.
The gist of it, though, is any of those moments, even though we laughing and kidding, seriously, any of those moments could have went real wrong. One person don't do something, somebody make a left instead of a right. Tasha, the dude she pick up is really a murderer. Like anything could go wrong. The dude hiding out on my porch, somebody could have seen him and say, yo, what's up, son? And then the guy goes, I knew it was you. And then that goes wrong. like anything.
Look, I didn't know that night was unfolding like that.
No.
No one could have
blame
predicted
you.
it, but a series of events.
I do not blame you, but I'm be laughing. Seriously, many moments in our life. One time you don't show up on time. One time you make a left turn, and we are in jail trying to tell a story. Seriously. Somebody was looking out for us because we kept playing Russian roulette many a time. When we went up in that house up to them stairs, they could have locked us up in there. When me and you was huddled on that bed, just saying, "Just let us get out of here safely."
Oh, that's when we was with I'm gonna say that Mr. Cheeks from Lost Boys.
Yes.
We was up there with him. Oh man, that was
a dangerous situation too. Like we laughing, but that could have been a dangerous situation too.
Marriage
One
boot camp,
wrong
eat your
move.
heart out. These stories just top you
Nah,
tonight.
you don't need it. No, you don't need it. These stories top it.
I ain't lying. They definitely just beat it. I'm sorry.
Like,
Whatever we was
like-
initially supposed to cover, it's out the window now.
Right. I mean, being 21, just thinking about being that age and all the things you've done in your life. For me, a whole lot of things could have went wrong a whole lot of times. And most of those times I would have been locked up with Cosin. I would have absolutely.
Yeah, we would have been locked up together. We damn sure would have been locked up together.
That's right. We would have been locked up together. Yo, Tasha. Yo,
what?
Remember that time Judy called you, put the pressure on you, trying to find out where I was?
Yo. But at least, hold up. Calling me for Bell.
Right,
exactly. Yeah, calling Adrian for Bell. Yo, at least, let me tell you something. At least I held her down and I tried to lie. Okay? I tried to lie and hold you down. I had your back. I went out. I was telling you, I was gonna lie.
But you couldn't.
I couldn't. No, but I tried.
No,
but
Judy wasn't having it. First of all, and Judy didn't call Adrian. She didn't have to call Adrian. She knew the exact person she needed to call. She knew to call you to find out where I was.
Yo, I tried though. She had to put the pressure on me, Luana. I had your back. But let's flip it. Tell me about that night when my mother called you.
Oh wait. So first of all.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That night my mama called you.
First of all, you
got the food?
Mama Joan kept calling, and she got Judy. Judy put the pressure. Like, what was I gonna do, Tasha? I got Judy on.
Yeah, I take it back here if you don't mind.
Joan on the other side. What was I gonna do? I didn't know what to do. Like, Judy didn't put the hard pressure on you. She said, you just need to call where she is and tell her I said to call.
And that's what I did. I never once told your mother where you was at. I called where you was at and gave you the message.
Where I was. But Judy didn't know Judy didn't care where I was. She just wanted you to call. She needed you to make that call. She didn't care where I was.
Okay, but listen. Let's talk about when my mother and my father called you.
First of all, Ron,
instead of you saying, you could have said nothing. You know what you said? Oh, I don't know. Her and Al dropped me off hours ago. Who knows where they at? Just blew me up.
Well, what was I going to do? She kept calling. My mama standing right there looking at me. She said, Joan on this phone. What was I supposed to do after that? Tasha? My back was against the wall. I had nothing. You wasn't.
My back was against the wall too.
You wasn't there with me. What was I going to say?
I damn sure wasn't there, and you wasn't there with me either.
No, but Judy didn't want to know where I was. Judy just wanted you to call where I was. That's a different situation. She needed you to call where I was. And the person I was with looking at me like, yo, why's the phone ringing? I'm like, I don't know. And it's you on the other line talking about Judy looking for you. I was like, yeah, all right, whatever.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we would have called Adrian for bail. We absolutely would have called Adrian.
No, we couldn't have called Adrian for bail because let's tell the reason why. The reason why Adrian is not included in these stories.
No, but
because that whole summer.
No. By the time we 21, Adrian is full adult. Adrian was an adult at 15.
Well, yeah, that's true.
High school was holding her back. High school was holding her down from adulthood.
Adrian, what high school you graduated from?
Don't do that. Now let's not do that. Let's not do that this evening. Don't do that this evening.
Everybody, Luana, what high school you graduated from?
Me, I graduated from Andrew Jackson.
Okay, Kyle, what high school you graduated from?
Will be.
What high school you graduated from, Steady?
East Gaston.
I graduated from Christopher Robbins Academy. Adrian, what high school you graduated from?
Why are you
Why
mentioning
Adrian?
Adrian for? Why are you mentioning Adrian?
She said, fuck you, bitch. She just texted me. She said, fuck you, bitch. Adrian, you know you got that Christopher Robbins Academy diploma. You know you was in that damn gym with us and everything with the fucking fucked up basketball courts.
Did
You
say
know
Christopher
you
Robin?
graduated Christopher Robbins Academy.
Wait, did you say Christopher Robin? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, she said I hate you. Come on. Everybody throw their diplomas up. Adrian trying to act like she never went to that school.
Yo, what is going on with the segment to get interview a couple of those people? That
Yeah,
went
I'm
to
gonna read.
Robin
Actually, I just read it. I have no idea what you were talking about.
Well, really, I have no idea how all of this got started.
I don't know.
I know. We were talking about the brother who ended up in jail right before his 22nd birthday, and then you guys were talking about what it was like being 21 from your perspective. So,
well, yes, our perspective is that's a hinky age, and it could be any one of us in there doing 25 to life, easy. Real easy. One wrong move, one wrong turn. One wrong word gets said, and yeah.
And I believe you after those cautionary tales.
Right, like I've gotten stopped by the cop. I was with somebody we got stopped by the cops, and he had drugs on him. Like I had a gun pulled on me by the cops. Like get up against the car, gun pulled on me, all that.
Yeah.
And I had to use some fast talking. I left him for dead. And I got to go home. It don't work out for everybody.
Look, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's your life and
I
mine.
do what I had to do. Because I didn't do drugs. So drugs wasn't mine. I was like, I just met him. I don't know what he's talking about. He asked me to bring him over here. I don't know what this is. He got left for dead, and I brought my black ass home. But that could have went wrong too.
I mean, the whole lot of shit went wrong when I was freaking 15. Oh God. My father had to come get me. With Steve.
Oh yeah.
Right. First of all, I wasn't even supposed to be with him. And then the fact that I was with him and the cops pulled us over and they took us in, and I'm like, Steve was like, yo, just tell them you 15. Just tell them you 15. They're gonna let us go. I was like, no, I got shook. I was like, no, I think I just got to call my parents. He was like, don't do that. Don't do that. We can walk out of here. You ain't got to call your parents. I was like, nah, I think I got to call my parents. I was shook. That was the worst effing call I made. Yo. No, but see, I didn't get locked up. They just had us standing there. They had us there. I didn't get locked up because he just had stuff. Well, yeah, weed on him.
But think about that. Think about all the missed situations. Like when you 21 going on 22, you ain't thinking about the places you are, the people you with, what you doing. You ain't giving that no real thought. You're not giving that no real thought. You just having a good time and you just hoping, everything work out. There's a whole lot of people saying them 5 minutes was not worth all what I'm going through right now. Me and Tasha are very lucky. Somebody above was looking out for our stupid asses. Cause
all the time.
They didn't get no breaks. They was on that all.
Yeah, I know. They was like, if these two bitches don't get their
dumb asses in the house. Right. So that guy, you 21 and on your 22nd birthday, you sitting up in prison? Like, and then you talking about you did 12 years. He's saying he gonna get out. And I'm not saying he's not. But what if he doesn't? That means he got to do that whole 25. Right. What year is that? Who, like, do you know how much the world has changed since he's been in jail and how much more it will change?
Yeah.
He even gets a chance at parole. Tell me, what is he supposed to be and do when he comes out into this world? Seriously, because they're going to make it real hard for him not to be a repeat offender and go back. They're gonna do everything they can to get him back in jail. And the world will have changed so much by the time he gets out. It's crazy. It's crazy. What the hell are you looking at, Colson?
No, somebody just sent me an email. Study, you got it? I forwarded it to you.
Yo, right. I was asking you what's going on with those couple of people that went to the Robin and then years later decided to get their life together and got told a different story. What's up with that segment? Without you laughing, that's not gonna work with you.
Because
Tasha.
Study, what would you do if you went to school?
Good segment though. That's an excellent segment.
4 years of your life, 4 years, you got straight A's, and then you go back to try to further your education, and the Board of Education said your diploma from that school is no longer accepted nowhere. You cannot have it. It doesn't mean nothing.
I'm going to the streets. It's time to sell drugs.
So you either gotta go get your GED, or you gotta start. You just go to high school.
You know what? I ain't struggled in 4 years to try to repeat at it again. What I want to try and fail again? I ain't got time for that struggle. I'm going to the streets.
But I really think that would be a good segment, Tasha, without you laughing.
I reached out to Jermaine today. Jermaine, I wanted to get him on the show. Because he's an actor and stuff and everything. He did a lot. He went to the Robin and stuff.
Yeah, but he went to college, so he
went to college afterwards.
Right.
But even listen, let me tell you something. You have a lot of people who went to college but did not finish. Okay, and if they did not finish, they still in that same situation.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, if you went to college and started college and you did not finish.
Okay. Let me ask a question. Let me pull back a little bit. I go to the Robin. I go to college. Let's say I'm going to get an associate's degree and I don't finish. And let's say 10 years later, I go, let me go ahead and finish this.
You fuck. You fuck. You fuck. You fuck. You don't even gotta finish the question. You fuck. You fuck. Because you gotta go back and get the high school diploma again and that transcript again. I mean, you got the high school diploma, but you gotta get the transcript again. You fuck.
Let me stop fucking around at Nassau and hurry up and get this BA, because let me tell you something. Because the Jack done changed their name twice. I don't really know what that means.
Now you scared. Now you scared.
Let me get it. Like, I already got one degree from Nassau. I'm working on this second one. I need to hurry up and finish it because I got enough credits for a goddamn BA. Let me get serious, because I don't like the way none of this is sounding. I'm uncomfortable and I ain't building. Why? All Jackson did was change their name. That's all they did was a name change. Like, I don't know.
You tell a lie. They erased y'all from history after that name change.
They did a name change. Next thing I know, they be shut down. No. Let me get in front of this. I don't like the way none of this is going. I'm not comfortable with none of this.
I'm glad we can inspire you.
Yeah, what do you mean, Tasha? But they started the college, so the college accepted the diploma. So what?
If you went right after graduation, yeah, they accepted. You would have waited 6 months later. You would have been like, what you mean?
No, Tasha. This is serious now. This is serious.
I'm listening.
This is serious.
Tell her, Ty. Tell her.
You go to college, whatever the college is, legitimate college. You don't finish. When you go back to finish.
Coming out the Robin. If you're a product of the Christopher Robins, go ahead, say it that way.
Right. You go to the Robin, you go to college. You don't finish. You go back to the college you were in. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm not even doing all that.
Because you gotta re-register, Luana.
But I got college credits here. Where did my credits go?
But you still gotta re-register.
Okay, so go ahead. And
you gotta re-register. Listen. A perfectly good example. The young lady who this happened to, one of my classmates, me and her, we talk often. She went to college and she didn't finish. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold up. See, now here's the flip part. Yeah, if you go back to the same college, you're good.
Right.
But see, she needed to go to a different college. That's what it was.
Oh, damn.
The different college, they wasn't just going to accept her transcript.
Okay, well, so then why couldn't she, I'm just asking a question, go back to the college she started with and finish and then try to go to whatever.
Because she wasn't living in that state anymore.
Oh damn! This story done got worse. You got to bring her on, Coulson. You can't leave her out there. This story has to be told. Because I want to know how that impacted her. Like what went through her mind?
And she graduated salutatorian because she graduated under Rob, so she was smart,
right?
Very intelligent, straight A's.
What? And they were just like, yeah, good for you, but we need you to go get a GED. Why are you flicking your shoulder like that? Why are you flicking your shoulder like that?
So basically,
I know that.
So basically, just look at this is another way to look at it, Luana, and this might fuck you up right here. So basically, people in that situation caught up like that only have an 8th grade education, technically. Technically.
You need to put out a post. Find out how many people like her in that situation.
A lot, a whole lot.
Good question.
You understand what I'm saying? Like you mean it? And there's nothing they can do. Just nothing.
You finish a whole 4 years of high school, and now years later, 20, 25 years later, you only technically have an 8th grade education.
Okay, so let me ask a question about Ray Ray after 12.
Fuck it. No, listen. No. Oh. He can't even think about it. I don't even think he'll think about it.
Yo, do Ray know? Do he know?
You don't care. What are you care for?
I don't know.
Ray is my brother Ronald, is of your note. That's who she's talking about.
Okay. I'm saying when he
called up on a podcast talking about how they got beat by the school of the deaf in the basketball game.
I got that part, but I'm saying when he so let me ask another question.
Let me tell you, no. And it was a funny story because when I told Roger this story, right? I called him up on the phone. I think he was in the store. He said, wait, Charles, I'm going to call you back. Then he called back. He said, wait, what the fuck you just called and tell me? I was like, listen, if you didn't get your college degree after high school, your diploma don't mean nothing. He said he went home, and God bless his head, my brother Jay. He said he went home and told Jay, he said he didn't even have to tell Jay the whole thing. Jay finished his thing. He said, what? The diplomas don't mean shit, right? They don't mean shit. And it was something that people was expecting. Just because of the school it was.
But Tasha, like that is you need to put a segment together. You and Steady Rock need to get that going because I would love to hear their stories. Like, what are you supposed to do about that? Where did this bitch go when I'm talking
The education system is
I'm right here.
But that's a real situation. That's not no normal education system talk. That is some other stuff. Like you don't even have a time period. You don't even say, okay, we found major deficiencies in 2021 or 2002. So anybody with a degree, the high school diploma before that is fine. But anybody with a high school diploma after that, we can't validate that. You just invalidated everybody. How long was the Robin open, Tasha? How many years was the Robin open?
Yeah, that school was open since like 1960. Well, I said 1960 because when Mr. Donna's mother used to run it, it was very upscale. Like you had to take tests to get up there and everything. So it was what my parents, they remember that part. But now when his mother passed away and Mr. Donna took over, he was money hungry. And that school was around since 1960. I kid you not. I was in there high school from 88 to 92, and they still had them damn same 1960 Welcome Back Carter desks that we were sitting on. I kid you not. The same goddamn desk.
Welcome Back Carter.
That was the same Welcome Back Carter high school desk. And it had all this metal on it because he refused to get new desks. He just had people. He used to have the students like he'd pick a student to fix it. Because all the desks, if you looked at it, Adrian know what I'm talking about. She sat on them desks. She know what I'm talking about. It had nothing but metals and screws on it because he kept trying to restore it.
Oh God, I can't.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what?
Go ahead. A heck of a Thursday. Oh, just in case, because I was curious, I went and looked up 25 years from today. It'll be 25 years from today. That will be 2046. We'll be in the 2040s.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to do with that. I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah.
Nope.
I
But
literally don't know what to say about that.
I would like to say this. This podcast is brought to you by Who They Want Diploma Update Special sponsorship. If you're planning on going to college, if you went to school like Christopher Robin Academy, and you plan on going to school
There's no other school
after you
like that.
graduate, trust me, there's some more out there like that. They just ain't been
Of course
brought to the public.
There's
Exactly.
gotta be others like that because some just
No, there's no other school like the Robin. No. There's no other school like. Oh, you see, I showed you a picture of the gym. You seen that picture of the gym?
Showing the picture of the gym.
Right. Real quick though, ladies and gentlemen, what I was going to say was like, if you need your diploma up to date after you come out of school like that, email me at whotheywantpodcast@gmail.com. I can't give you a new diploma, but I just want to interview what you're gonna do with your life after you realize you got nowhere to go with it.
Right.
Okay, I'm done.
Terrible. It's so terrible. It's so terrible. It's a tragedy. It's truly a tragedy.
Well, I'm good. I got my bachelor's, 2 masters. I'm working on a PhD.
Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to talk to you. We want to talk about those people impacted.
Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody want to hear my story.
Nobody want to hear your happy, educated shit. Nobody want to hear.
That's okay. If you like to be employed after you graduate, Who They Want funeral service, home services will be starting. Where our motto is: you shot them, we plot them. You stab them, we grab them. You choke them, we tote them. You burn them, we earn them. And the list goes on.
Oh God, I can't. I can't. Yo,
Who They
what
Want
is
funeral
happening
services
here?
coming soon. Email us at whotheywantpodcast@gmail.com today.
Okay. A thumbs up. All right, y'all.
I got my stuff. Shit.
We know. That's why.
Nobody's talking about you.
What?
Nobody's talking about you.
No, Robin, you got your diploma too. Why you taking it so much to heart? You didn't even go to the Robin.
No, I didn't know. Judy wasn't paying for that. No.
Yo, imagine if we would have went to high school together. Oh my God.
No, it would have been horrible. Nobody would have
been
graduated.
horrible.
What are you talking about? Nobody would have graduated.
No, I would have graduated. I would have graduated. I always wanted.
And everybody else would have. Right, and the rest of us would have said, "How did that happen?" Right, like please, are you kidding me? But serious, Tasha, you need to do a real reach out because I can't even imagine how many people were.
Yeah, I think the Amish people go to school.
Yeah, they go.
They do.
They do.
They
go
go
to
up
school.
until about 8th grade. Yeah.
Yeah.
Up until about 8th grade or so, yeah.
They go to school.
Okay.
Wait, you said 8th grade?
Yeah, according to what I've researched, it's about 8th grade, and then they start work. They start working on the farm and stuff. Rest of their education comes from.
Well, there you go, people. For all y'all who have diplomacy issues, become an Amish and start
having diplomacy issues.
He said diplomacy issues. That is terrible. And think about those parents that gave Donis some good hard-earned money. Because wasn't Donis up to like $800 a month by the time he finally came?
Yeah, he was charging. No,
that's why it's
he charged on how severe the situation was when the kid came. Because I keep it real.
But it wasn't even right. It was dependent on the severity of how bad you needed this to happen for you.
Right.
So convert to the Amish after you get to that stage of your life. Work on the field and earn their money back. That's all you got to do. You know what? We're going to end this show before some people get offended. I don't do this kind of.
Exactly. What is happening right now?
I don't know what happened.
What they gonna do? Try to cancel culture me? They ain't got no internet.
What I will say, what I will say though, this went from a sad moment to a very educational moment to a what the heck moment to more educational moments because I was not expecting the bus story.
Well, we got plenty of other stories. Shit, you think that Robin?
No, see, that could be a mini series all on its own.
Oh God. Nobody would believe it. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, they just making up some shit." They would never believe a story like that. And this was early Greek Fest. This is before the vendors and all the fancy shit.
Remember we went down when I was going to Virginia State, and remember when I was going to Virginia State, and we went down there, and we got kicked out the hotel room and wound up on the I-95 Parkway, stranded.
Now, see, you gotta save some for the sequel. You gotta save some for the sequel. You've already. I can't take anymore. I really
Right. Well, to respect Kyle's gut busting moment, y'all tune into the season 5 finale of Who They Want podcast tomorrow. We're definitely doing the crown jewel of Who They Want Spit the Fire challenge tomorrow. It's gonna be super phenomenal, super dope. We thank Luana for just being our honorary guest.
Yes.
And just keeping it real with the Misfits.
Keeping it very real.
I would like to thank the Duchess for denying every claim in this storyline that has been put out.
Peace, y'all.
Keep your integrity, Dutch. Keep your integrity, Duchess. That's how you do it.
I gotta start muting mics around here. You see
Shout
Adrian
out to
just quiet crickets. Because we saw
shout out to Kyle E. Kyle E, ladies and gentlemen, you can purchase your essential oils with Kyle E's department.
For the hands. Essential oils for the hands.
That's right.
Kyle E, the herbalist. Stop denying it, Kyle. You got to call it on you, Kyle. Stop denying it.
I can't claim that right now. I can't. But, no, I know
If you would like to purchase any of our comedy specials, you can again email us at whotheywantpodcast@gmail.com. Cash App is accepted before the first of the year, before they start charging you when it's over $600. We thank y'all for tuning in. We out. Good night.
Good night.